Hey guys, Chinlox here, back with our blind playthrough of The Cat Lady. I almost said Hollow Knight, but yeah, that's done for now. That one is done for now. I might slam my head against the wall and do some of the DLC. So last time we were in the psych ward. We were kind of lost, trying to figure out what to do. My suspicion is that we go in here, and that takes us to another talk with Dr. X. And if this doesn't work, then I'll just look up what to do, because I have no idea, honestly. Enter. Nothing. Lie down. Don't really want to sleep. Not tired anyway. Okay then. Because... yeah. Another suicidal. Looks like someone I know. We've done that. I mean, the only thing I think I could try doing, because I've talked to her.
Can I make a phone call, please?
Oh, yes, of course. But the phone's being used at the moment. Can you please come back in 5 minutes? Thanks.
The only other thing that I have not yet done is talked to these guys.
Sorry, Mom, can't let you through. We'll need to see a discharge letter from your doctor first.
Here. Are you happy now?
Yes, that seems fine. Can I just check your name band to confirm that you are indeed Anne Burton?
Oh, right. Name band. I think I left it in my room. I'll go and get it, shall I?
Okay, so we can't even do anything with them now. We used to be able to talk to them, but now, right. So there's got to be a way that we... I'm missing something. Alright. Let's look this up. I'm sorry. I hate doing this, but I'm not... Alright, Cat Lady... Spoiler... free. Nope, that's the review. No. Cat Lady walkthrough. Let's see. We have Walkthrough King or Game Boomers. Let's do Walkthrough King. Okay. Chapter 1, skip that. Oh, wait. What the crap? Oh, it was loading up a background. Oh, it shows achievements. So if I agreed to do what she wanted as opposed to doing, I'll do it my way, we would have gotten a different achievement. I was like, what is these things in green? Okay. Go left, discharge papers, back to the desk, try to take it, nurse won't help you, return to the right, talk to the patient. Open the door to enter the bathroom, search the bin, get a medication pot, look at the mirror, take the shard of glass. Oh! What? Turn the hot water tap on in the sink, wait until the letters... After a while, you'll see a complete name in the mirrors. This is after you take drugs. Okay, that's... Did I, Yeah, okay. I mean, they did make the comment about writing on the mirror. Hot water tap. It does look like there's something there. Do we have to sit here and wait? Can't look at myself. Because it said ring the bell. Oh, okay. But there's supposed to be more. So do I... You're saying ring the bell, say you feel woozy, take your drugs, and then later, when you wake up, there will be more of a...
Someone is coming.
Have you rang the bell? Is there an emergency?
Okay. I'm feeling a bit woozy. Sure.
I'm feeling a bit woozy.
Are you really? You look fine to me.
No, I'm really not feeling well.
Fine, I'll call the doctor for you. But I can't help it if he's busy and can't get here straight away. In the meantime, I know how to make you feel better. I think it's time we give you some medication. Can you please tell me your name and your date of birth?
Fine.
Susan Ashworth, 24th of May, 1970.
I'm just going to check your name band now to confirm that. That's fine. That's fine. I'd like you to drink this liquid, please.
Guess we said that's fine twice.
It will help you relax.
Whoa. We're saying things twice. We're saying things twice. Okay.
That's a good girl. Now, drink it down. You'll feel much better. Now, go back to your room and rest. You'll be able to relax and have a great sleep.
Oh, Sheila. I see. That explains it now. Can I... That's why. Because you need the other mirrors from the drug world or something. This is kind of like Franbo, a little bit. Enter, and then we'll lay down. Bed, lie down. And then all the screaming.
The drugs have worn off and I feel better now. But I can't let them do that to me again. I need to get out of here.
Alright, time... Now that we know the mother's name, presumably.
If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name. The name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
See,
But I know it. Let me just think for a second.
this is why I don't mind necessarily looking up, you know, looking up stuff. Because it's like, you know, I'd already been to that other place. So even if I did turn the hot water on and let it run, I mean, they did mention a hint about people writing on the mirrors, but not with the steam. I thought it was like actually writing on the mirrors. Anyway. I would have thought, well, I've already done what I needed to do in that other place. Why do I need to go back? Although I don't know what the drugs are supposed to do.
Sheila.
Yes. It was my mother who sent you after all. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. But my head's all messed up.
So, let's have a little chat, sweetheart.
Do you know how to get out of here, or something's wrong with this place? Let's...
Something's wrong with this place.
I think it's really nice here. We must stay here. Do what they say. Take pills they give us. Sometimes, if I behave, they give me the red stuff. I wait for it. I'm being good.
What is this red stuff?
It's a drug. My favourite one. Red stuff takes the pain away. I must stay here. Good nurses have been most kind. They always remember. They know I'm suffering. But it is not the same as the drugs I see in my dreams. On the other side of the mirror, there's a spider's heart full of drugs. I just can't seem to find it anymore.
I see.
A spider's heart. Yeah. It's almost like it's a real place. Spider's heart full of drugs. Yeah.
What exactly is this little treat you mentioned?
It's the red teardrop of pure happiness. They bring it, I drink it down, and my pain goes away. Without it, I just feel so angry. It's like I'm going crazy. It's funny, but I just get so fucking angry sometimes. I'm dying, I think. We're all dying, I heard. She said I'd go to hell for it, but I didn't do anything. I didn't know. Does he know?
Who?
Him!
Right. Okay. No, probably not.
I need the red medicine. I need it now. I must be a good girl. I must be a nice girl.
Maybe I could get you some of that stuff. Do you know where they keep it?
Oh, they have it hidden well. You can't get there. Or maybe you can. I see it in my dreams sometimes. It's where the nurses are. But in my dream, there are no nurses there. I see it, but I can't get it.
It's correct.
It's so near, and yet so far. I can still hear the broken heartbeat of the spider's heart.
Say, are you all right? It bugs me, her dialogue. Like, there's not a... The microphone, there's not one of those little things in it, so you hear all the B's and the P's when it pops. When you... I don't know, that's why you need, like, the fuzzy thing over the microphone, or, like, the little circle thing you see people... that people have. That's why it's like a sound buffer or something. I don't know what it's called exactly.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Yes, it's all fine. It's just hard to wait, you know? They said I can have it. You know, yeah? So I wait here. Don't want to miss it. That nurse promised it to me. The one with the red glasses. But I think it's been 3 hours already. Why are they late? Do you think something happened? Do you think she changed her mind? Because I swear if she did, I will hurt myself again. I swear to God, I will hurt myself again.
I'm sure they'll be here in a minute. They're probably just very busy, that's all.
Feel like sharing? What's your name? Sure.
Feel like sharing? What's your name?
There is nothing to share. Everyone died. Everyone. And my treat, my red stuff, it's not the same. I keep lying to myself. I'm a mean little liar. Always have been. This vein, you see, it goes straight to my heart. That's why it hurts so much. I wish I could, just one more time.
Heroin?
But it's all lost now. Everything. I was always happy to settle for a consolation prize, you know?
How about we swap our name bands?
Oh yeah, I don't mind. But that would be like a favour to you, yeah?
Well, technically, you wouldn't lose anything, because I'd give you my name band instead. Does that make any sense?
Sure, yeah. I do want something better in return, though. I'm not that stupid. I know you'll use it to get out of here.
Oh, I never said you're stupid. I just really want to go home. Please understand.
That's fine. I don't mind. I'll give it to you if you get me the red stuff. What do you say?
I thought nurses give it to you anyway.
No, not that. I'm talking about the real thing. Something you can only get in the world of dreams. Now that is something special.
Is it safe?
It's perfectly safe.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Okay. I have it, so I guess I give it to her?
I'll talk to you later, yeah?
Yes, go. Be careful. They're watching us. And remember, we must be nice to earn the red stuff. Always be nice.
Poor woman.
Alright, so... give.
I've found the thing you asked me for, but are you absolutely certain it won't harm you?
Don't be silly. Of course it won't.
Fine. I hope you know what you're doing. Can I have your name band now, please?
Yes. No matter what they say, I do keep my promises.
What do they... You know what? It doesn't matter. Thank you for your help.
Annie's band. I don't know where she went then. But I assume she's gonna OD, right? Because that way... she'll OD and die, and they'll be like, oh, this is Susan. She's dead, and Annie left. So everything's good.
Sorry, Mom, can't let you through. We'll need to see a discharge letter from your doctor first.
Here. Are you happy now?
Yes, that seems fine. Can I just check your name band to confirm that you are indeed Anne Burton?
Oh, all right. I didn't realize you knew how to read. There you go. Can I go now?
Of course. Thank you, Mom. We'll see you soon.
No, you won't. Now get out of my way.
So apparently Annie's... examine storage room door. We'll go in, or we won't. Examine door to some office. Also locked. Dime ward, maternity ward, exit. Oh, she's going up.
And you must be Susan Ashworth.
Well, perhaps I am?
Do you mind if I ask you where you're heading to?
I was just going for a little walk, stretch my legs, get some fresh air. Give it a rest. I'm not going anywhere.
Miss Ashworth, please relax. There's been a mistake. You have been prescribed wrong medication. I apologize sincerely on behalf of my team and the hospital, but luckily we managed to spot it on time.
On time? You have no idea what I've been through?
Once again, I'm truly sorry. I promise no more drugs will be given to you. I personally guarantee you will have a good, peaceful sleep tonight, and you can be discharged in the morning.
Why can't I go tonight? I want to go now.
I'm really sorry, but we can't legally discharge suicidal patients without a full psychiatric assessment. It's too late for it now, but I promise we'll have a chat in my office first thing in the morning, okay? And then you can go home. Is that all right?
Sounds like...
I haven't really got much choice, have I?
Yeah, but it sounds like a lie. Why didn't we do the full assessment
now I'd like
earlier?
to ask you some questions about your life, Susan. You might find them very personal, but it's important that you answer me as honestly as possible.
Fine. Let's get it over with then, shall we? I'd like to go home at last.
Of course, I understand. So, Susan, let's see. Are you living alone at the moment?
Okay, so this from before must have been, like, I thought he was doing, like, sessions, right? Like therapy, like splitting it up. Maybe he did. Maybe I just... But, yeah. I guess the session from before was this. It was still the same session, right? That was just how we, like, where we woke up, and then we met the doctor and all that stuff on our escape attempt. But yeah, medical errors are they're a real problem, you know? And if you want, like this is how dumb people are, okay? Part of my orientation, they were talking about medical errors and this and this and that, and they're like, after training, you know, this woman's giving the presentation. I'm pretty sure she's HR or something. And she's like, so after the training on medication errors, our errors went up. And I was like, you know, I raised my hand. I'm like, it's just the reported errors that went up, right? Like, it's only because of the training that we're catching more errors. She's like, no. It's the training was causing the errors to go up. You know, and I could tell she was kind of frustrated. Like, I wanted to be a smartass and be like, well, if the training is causing us to have more errors, why not stop the training? But it was like, I don't know. It's this is what I mean. Like, don't regard hospital people as gods. Regard them, you know. There are some very good ones. But don't assume they know what they're doing, because they might, and they might also be, you know, stressed. They might have to cut corners. They might not, you know. It's like if we employ nurses that we don't even let them use the bathroom. If the hospital doesn't take care of its staff, how is it ensuring the patients are taken care of? You know what I mean? Like, this is why.
I live on my own, and it suits me just fine. I don't need anyone. People mostly bore me. Sometimes they annoy me or upset me. I'm happy with how things are at the moment. I have my little bit of space, and it's my own. It's private. I'd like to keep it that way.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a waitress. I work in a cafe. But that's not true. She used to be a nurse. So say I'm between jobs at the moment.
I'm between jobs at the moment. I'll find something soon. But it's been difficult. I didn't feel that great. I felt weak and powerless and tired most of the time. I felt really awfully tired.
Typical depression symptoms. We can give you something for that. You'll feel stronger and motivated.
I admire your faith in modern medication, Doctor. I hope you're right.
Describe to me what your mornings look like. What is the first thing you do each day?
Yeah, the whole... I mean, at some point, it's a problem. It's a problem where they're like, oh, you have this thing, here's a pill. Right? I've mentioned this before. It's like, I don't like how we live in the culture where it's like everything is an easy fix. It's not. It's not. But, you know, to actually fix the problem, because it, you know, taking a pill, it just fixes the symptoms. It doesn't fix the problem. And honestly, it might not fix the symptoms either, right? I worked in a place where everyone except 2 people was on antidepressants. I was not one of those. I was on antidepressants, and I will say that the effects were temporary while I was taking the pills, but the side effects are permanent, right? And that's something they don't tell you. So is it worth it? It helped me get through it, but I don't know. You know, it can bring its own problems, right? Actually fixing the problem can be difficult, right? It might be, especially something like depression, where it might require you to get a different job. It might require you to get different friends, you know, or actual friends, because most of the, like I said, most of the people they're not your friends. They're fair weather friends, right? As soon as things get tough, they bail. But yeah, I mean, it's easier for everyone to just give and or take pills, because making actual changes that solve the problem is usually pretty difficult. It requires a lifestyle change, which most people aren't willing to do. And, you know, if the doctors, like, people go into the hospital and the ER and all that stuff and go see the doctor because they want the meds, right? If the doctor just tells them, oh, you know what, you need to get more exercise, people lose their freaking minds. They're like, I'm paying for this. What is this? I came here to get something, and now you're just telling me not advice, or, you know what I mean? It's like they lose their cool. So, you know, doctors also feel pressured to give medication, even though it's not necessarily in the best interest in the patient. It's not in the long-term best interest. It's maybe in the short term. Maybe. You know, especially when you see all those... I mean, here in America, we have drug advertisements on TV, and it's just like, may cause this, may cause that, blah, 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 blah. It's like half or 3/4 of the commercial is all the side effects. And that's only the ones we know about. You know? Like, everybody's on statins or other, like, heart medication, and some of the side effects are like muscle wasting and, you know, muscle soreness or whatever. And it's like, it's not muscle waste. Like, one of the doctors I work with, they were like, it's not muscle wasting, it's muscle soreness. I'm like, well, what do you think causes the soreness? You think they're just sore for no reason? No, come on. But it's like, how much of that is attributed to, oh, well, I'm getting older. Never get old. Meanwhile, they're taking pills, and maybe the pills are causing the problems. You know? I don't know. I don't know. All you can do is do your best. Live your life. Seek the positives. You know what I mean? Pet your cats. Talk with people that actually give a shit. That's, you know, I would even say manage your money, especially if you're young. You know, put the money away so that you can retire early, if possible. You know, that way, because you don't have to stop working. But the minute you don't need to work, you could find a better job. You could find a job that doesn't really pay very well, but you enjoy it. You know, it's freedom in a way. It's freedom from wage slavery. I don't know. I try to be, I realize I'm rambling a lot, and I'm sort of, I guess, kind of ranting as well, but that's the lessons from this stuff. Is everyone's just, I mean, depression sucks. You know, when I'm like, I say I have depression, not that I suffer from depression, right? Because I don't always. But sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm just like, you know? And if you suffer from it, you don't have to. Not all the time. There's going to be times when, yeah, you will, but not always. You know, it's like the rain. It comes and goes. Oh, that was a hard restart of the music. But no, I mean, you know, part of me talking is like, this is how you can maybe help yourself. just ideas. Maybe they work, maybe they won't work. Try them, see if they do. You know? Anyway, strong coffee, smoke on the balcony, eat breakfast cereal, cup of tea. She does smoke, so let's strong coffee.
Drink strong coffee and smoke on the balcony. I know it's not a great start for the day, but it's one of my little pleasures in life that I find very hard to say no to.
Would you say that you feel safer at home than outside?
It's kind of an odd question, but sure.
Yeah, I suppose. It's not really about safety. I've just felt sad for a long time now. Really sad, you know? Somehow it brings me down even more when I go out and see all those happy, successful people.
They're not
It
happy.
makes me feel more like a failure. If I don't see it, it doesn't hurt that much.
What do you think is missing in your life? Or rather, what is one thing that you think would make your life better?
More cats. More cats. It's yeah, all those happy, that's the other thing. All those happy, successful people, they're not actually happy or successful. Most people, it's actually really interesting. If that's why I say, like, you know, plan for retirement. I mean, I'm planning for retirement because I might be forced into it because, like, my back might finally go, or I might lose all the feeling in my arms, or something, you know, like some of my health issues from the military might finally become too much and I won't be able to work. So that's why I plan, but also freedom from wage slavery, right? But all those happy, successful people, most of them are miserable, right? Because, like I said, it's the happiness of sort of the happiness of ignorance, you know? But if you notice, they're always like, as soon as something bad happens, like, it doesn't really bother me. What bothers me more is their reaction, because as soon as one little thing happens, they're like, oh my God, how could it be like this? Someone needs to do something. And I'm just like, this is the result of everything you guys are doing. You know, so in a way, my awareness has sort of helped me accept a lot of that stuff, and I'm not super bothered when things go wrong, because it's like, yeah, it's, of course this is going to happen, and in fact, it's going to get worse, right? And the success part as well. Most people are, even if they're making, you know, six figures, I think over a third of people making more than six figures are living paycheck to paycheck, basically. If there was a bill, an extra expense that was, I don't remember the exact number, but if there was an extra expense that was like a few $100s more, they wouldn't be able to pay it. And they're making six figures. Like, that's how poorly they budget their money. So they're not successful, right? They make a lot of money, but they don't have money. Most people, I think even of retirement age people, like 40 or 50% have less than $1,000 in savings. And that's astonishing, right? So, yeah, I mean, that's why I'm saying, like, Susan, her life is actually probably pretty decent, even if she is between jobs. You know? You have coffee, you have cigarettes, and whatever. I mean, you shouldn't smoke, but if you do, whatever. I've seen the results of that, but if it gives you pleasure, then do it. You know what I mean? No one's gonna live forever. Yeah. And just, you know, read or play video games or pet your cats or whatever. It's like, especially look at married people. You know, they're freaking miserable. You know, 1 in 4 women today is on some sort of antidepressants. You know, it's like nobody's happy. Nobody's happy. That's why I'm saying, like, if you're depressed, like, grab on and like hug it. That's because, like, just come to terms with it, accept it for what it is. You know, some days the rain will come and other days it won't. And then just look at all the fake happy people and just, you know, just realize it's all bullshit. And if you could sit there and drink your coffee and smoke your cigarette or whatever and enjoy the morning air, that's more happiness than most of these people feel all day. So, yeah. Alright, what would make our lives better? Nice to have more money, good friend, someone I could finally trust. Ooh, yeah. Watch out for, is it the doctor that's the parasite? Are even any of these people, like, are we actually supposed to kill them, or was it all like a fever dream? Wish I was better looking, something to fight for, a reason to go on. Let's say a good friend, because I want to see where this goes. I want to see if the doctor is a predator. I suspect he is.
A good friend. Someone I could finally trust. But I can't see anyone will turn up anytime soon. I've become a social hermit. People avoid me.
You'll have to try to open up a bit. Hopefully the suicide watch worker will work with you on that.
Don't think it'll help much. I heard they're not very good.
Really? Sorry to hear that. Have you ever attended group therapy for depression or some other form of counseling?
There was something else I was gonna say, but I don't. Oh, yeah, the doctor, right? All this thing about, like, most people are depressed, right? There's all form of societal ills at work today. And so there's this big call for safe spaces. Reject that. Reject it. Because I know this sounds weird, right? But you need to work on toughening yourself up. You got to strengthen yourself. You can't rely on other people being nicer and stuff, because they won't, or it's all an act, or, you know, if that's the case, you won't be really prepared when bad things happen. You know, you need to, and it actually makes the safe space mentality makes people more fragile. It makes them weaker. So you need to, you know, we all need to become stronger, become tougher. You know what I mean? I think that would help with the dialogue these days too. Like, imagine if nothing someone said bothered you. Wouldn't that be great? Like, someone said some inane BS political opinion and you could just, like, laugh at it. Just be like, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Why? You know what I mean? Like, how amazing would that be? Instead, we're all, like, pissed off all the time and this and this and that. Also, those safe spaces, like this doctor, if I was a predator, that's where I'd go. Oh, this is a safe space. Nothing bad will happen here. Yes. Yes, exactly. You know, that's... I bet those places are full of horrible people. Just preying on others. Gotta be strong. That's why. That's another reason why I say, like, kind of grab onto your depression and hold it tight. It's like, yeah, it sucks. Feeling bad sucks, but you know, if you can accept it, you can deal with it. It'll make you stronger. You know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember the question, but we'll say yes, it didn't help much.
Yes, it didn't help much, as you can see.
Just something to think about. I can see you're really willing to open up and talk about your issues. That's a positive sign.
I haven't really talked about my feelings for a long time.
You're doing very well so far. Do you have problems sleeping?
I will say every night. He wants to find stuff. What will he say, I wonder, though?
Every night. I take pills for that.
That's what I...
There
yes.
aren't any left now, though.
That's right, she does take sleeping
In the
pills.
light of recent events, I think you should stay off those pills for a while. I suggest you drink some hot milk before bed instead. Would you describe for me how you feel at the moment?
Yeah, and that's another thing about medication and all this stuff. Especially, you see it with people that have, like back pain, that take pills regularly for back pain. What ends up happening is when you take pills for a condition, and it's kind of like with this stuff, right? Like with depression and everything else, your tolerance to that condition goes down while your tolerance to the pills goes up. So you actually become weaker and more resistant to the medication at the same time. So her sleeping pills, for example, she basically becomes more like the pills have less of an effect over time, and she'll actually sleep worse because her body will come to depend upon the pills. And the hot milk is actually a good idea, especially if you milk and honey works really well. You take a mug halfway filled with water in the microwave for a couple minutes, a spoonful of honey, stir it up, and then fill it up the rest of the way with milk. So it's awesome. Feel fine now, definitely better than before the accident, or the whole world is against me. Definitely better than before the accident.
Definitely better than before the accident.
Good. Hopefully you can now move on from here. With a bit of luck, you will enjoy life again. Suicide attempts often have that effect on people. Same as near-death experience. It makes you realize that you're not ready to die yet. Do you find it hard to concentrate?
I'll say no, I guess. I don't know.
No, not really.
Do you drink alcohol, Susan?
I don't remember for her. I know she smokes. We'll say only sometimes. There might have been a wine glass or something in there.
Only sometimes.
I'd suggest you don't consume any alcohol at all for a while. Does that sound like something you can do?
Yeah, sure. I'm not a big drinker anyway.
Sometimes when life gets too much and people feel sad or upset, they think about suicide. Do you often think about suicide?
That's pretty normal, actually. Also, the alcohol thing. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but depressed people tend to self-medicate. I mean, people with, mental health issues tend to self-medicate in some form or fashion anyway. But alcoholism is usually depressed people. Interestingly enough, I think it actually simulates some of the effects of some of the antidepressant medications. I think it has something like it's similar to SSRIs or whatnot. I think it affects dopamine as well, which, I mean, that's also, social media affects dopamine levels and our tolerance to dopamine as well. So that could affect stuff. But yeah, I mean, something I do is whenever I'm in a bad mood, I do not drink. I only drink when I'm in a good mood. That's, I mean, you can take that or leave it. It's a suggestion. You know what I mean?
Well, I used to think about it sometimes. Don't you think about it when you're really down?
Susan, I'm a psychiatrist. My job is to talk people out of it. Would you ask a fireman if he ever thinks about setting fire to his house?
I
Yeah.
suppose not. But I'm sure lots of people have times when they do think about it.
I couldn't say, Susan. The statistics show that men are 3 times more likely than women to commit suicide. That puts you in the minority.
No.
But of course, that's missing the point. Suicide is never the solution. There's always a way of solving whatever problem you might have.
That's not true
I
either.
realize that now.
Please, in your own words, try to explain to me, why did you really try to take your own life, Susan?
I wanted to meet the Queen of Maggots. No, so yes, men do succeed at suicide more often than women, but women try more often. Presumably in the I mean, I don't know. You could argue that in the case of women, it's more of a cry for help. Whereas, you know, because pills and stuff like that, that's more reversible. That's typically what they do, and also less painful, less drastic methods, whereas men typically go with like gunshots, like, you know, shotgun to the face or something like that. Like that's not a cry for help. That's a I'm doing this. You know what I mean? So, and also, yeah, sometimes, I mean, there are problems that, like, not every problem has a solution. Sometimes you're just boned. In that case, you just cut your losses or figure something else out. You know what I mean? Like, that's why you gotta be tougher. You know, and it's also important to know when something's beyond you, though, right? Like if you're not ready. Man, we're going on a long time on this one, but so for me, I'm trying to play more difficult video games. Not because choosing to try to do difficult stuff in one area, even if it's not, like, let's say you want to deal with coworkers better, or you want to, you know, deal with mean stuff. Playing harder video games is not related to that, but it uses kind of the same things, maybe the same neural pathways or whatever, I don't know. But it boosting a resistance, so to speak, in one area will boost it in other areas as well. Maybe not as much, but it'll help. It'll help a little bit, you know? And so, I mean, I suck at video games, so it's like I'll play a hard video game and then I'll lose, and it's like I'll get frustrated and then I'll stop. I'll be like, nope, I'm good. And then the next time, maybe I'll get a little bit farther, or I'll go a little bit longer without getting frustrated. But when I do get frustrated, then I stop again. I don't know what my phone is telling me. So in that way, it's like I'm making progress, I guess. You know, a little bit at a time, like baby steps, like from What About Bob or whatever. But yeah, you know. Yeah, so there's ways to boost yourself. You don't have to like punch people in the face or tell them off or whatever, you know. Try hard video games. Sarcasm is really great. You know, if some coworker is bitching at you or whatever, just be like, yeah, thanks, I got it. Or, you know what I mean? Like, just a little bit of sarcasm makes... I had this one coworker that she would nothing was ever good enough. Like, she was just constantly, you know, after you for everything. I started being like, okay, Krabby, you know, you know what I mean? And it made me feel better, and it pissed her off a little bit, so she didn't come at me quite as much. So it's like bonuses, right? A little bit of bonuses. Because just that little bit of resistance, like you stand up for yourself just a little bit, that makes a huge difference.
Nothing was making me happy anymore. There wasn't a single thing that would bring a smile to my face. I kept thinking, won't it be better if I just disappear? I tried. I really tried to find something. Took a long bath, picked up a book, watched some television, but I just couldn't get into anything. All those things seemed like worthless distractions, and I myself felt obsolete, needless. It just would get worse and worse. By the afternoon, I realized I cried for the past 3 hours. I didn't even know I'd been crying until I went to the bathroom and saw my face in the mirror. I looked like a ghost. I looked like I was dead already, you know? And then I saw the sleeping pills. I thought, why not? And I did it.
Do you feel as if you're a burden, or that life isn't worth living?
Should we say not anymore? We'll say not anymore.
Not anymore. It's strange. But I feel lighter. I feel stronger. Besides, I live alone. Who could I be a burden to?
What makes you feel better?
My cats. Work used to make me happy. Antidepressants really did it for me. A long bath. Music. I play the piano when I'm feeling down. We'll say cats.
My cats. I always put out a bowl of food for the stray cats. They're ever so grateful. I like their company.
What makes you feel worse?
People, they've let me down too many times. I hate it when it rains all the time. Noise. Loneliness. It's hard to say. I thought it said gay for a second. Could be anything. I mean, she's said people before, so let's say people.
People. They've let me down too many times. I don't know who to trust anymore. I only trust my cats these days.
Nothing wrong with that.
So you say in the suicide note.
Because that's true. I've been stabbed in the back more times than I could count.
Have you imagined your funeral and how people will react to your death?
Probably no one would come anyway. We'll say I never really thought about that. Because we want to encourage Susan to be positive. Positivity. Yeah.
Oh, I never really thought about that. But I guess it would be a cheap one. I don't really know what they do with people like me. Maybe they just throw us in a hole and forget about it, since there'd be nobody to visit my grave anyway.
I don't think so, Susan. The city would pay for it.
Or so they want people to believe.
Finally, I'd like you to tell me about Eric.
Eric?
Yes, your husband. I believe this might be important. What can you tell me about your relationship? What had happened between you two?
Don't really want to talk about this. Nothing to do with him. Nothing to talk about. It's getting late. Can we talk about it? Let's say nothing to do with him. I assume he's dead. Because otherwise it would be ex-husband, right?
This has nothing to do with him. Can I go home now, please?
Fine. I suppose you've opened enough for one day. Okay, one more question. This is just a formality, but I have to ask, are you going to do it again?
That's a hard one. I don't know. But hey, I've got it. The answer is no, I'm not. Thank you very much.
Excellent. We're nearly done here. There's just one more thing I must clear with you. What exactly happened last night?
Well, after I'd met you outside the ward yesterday, I went back to my room and fell asleep. I slept really well, considering what happened earlier. But then someone woke me up. It was the same nurse who was so friendly with me the first night. She said we needed to talk.
We must go, Susan. You are not safe here.
But...
Please, you must follow me. Quickly.
Okay. Is this where she kills us?
I went after her. The ward seemed very quiet. It must have been late at night.
Hurry!
Wait for me. Tell me what's going on here. The security guys were gone. She pointed at the corridor and said,
You go first. I'll explain everything in a minute.
Suspicious, but okay. Go to.
Susan, if we don't escape now, they're going to hurt you. Please trust me. I know a way out of here. I'll help you escape. Let's go down this corridor. I'll be right behind you.
Very suspicious, but okay. Where is she now? Oh, there she... Okay.
I think I can hear someone coming.
Damn it! We can't go through there. Let's turn back, Susan. I know another way.
Okay.
Turn left here. We can use the maintenance lift to get us out of this place.
Am I on here somewhere? Oh. Button, I guess. Okay. So is Liz a friend or an enemy? We're on the roof?
What are we doing on the roof? Liz. What the hell are you doing?
Whoa.
And why is there blood on your clothes? Liz.
It's quicker than the stairs. And besides, all the doors are locked anyway. This is the only way out of here. The only escape. Let's both jump. It won't hurt, you'll see.
You've lost your mind. Get down here right now. This is like Inception or something. I mean, this could be not reality also. You've lost your mind. Get down here right now, or this is a bad idea. Come down and we'll talk. We have to be calm.
This is a bad idea. Come down and we'll talk.
I've made up my mind. I need to end this suffering now. Besides, I have no one to live for anyway. No one ever listened to me. No one ever cared.
I listened. You're a nice girl. You have your whole life ahead of you.
You listened. Did you really?
Of course I did. You talk a lot, but I've always been a good listener. I liked talking to you.
So do you remember that story then? The one I told you the other night? The one about the woman in A&E?
Actually, I don't think you told me that story. I mean, it's not great also because this person is like, we're in the suicide ward and she's essentially, she's kind of a predator as well, right? That's a form of abuse where like you're pushing responsibility onto the dependent or onto someone that doesn't have like agency, right? It's like, it's your fault. You didn't listen. It's like, you know, it's like my character's in the suicide ward. Why are you talking to me? Why are you depending on me?
Actually, I don't think you told me that story.
Maybe I didn't. Or maybe you just didn't pay attention like everyone else.
But, okay, I can prove to you that I listened. Just don't jump, please.
You can prove it? Fine. I'll give you a second chance. Did I tell you about my flatmate? Did I tell you what one of them does for a living? If you really listened, you will remember this one.
Yeah, she was a stripper.
She's a stripper.
Yes. Or at least that's what I think she is. You've listened. I just wish other people did.
I'm sure they do. It can't be that bad.
What do you know? Why do you care anyway?
I don't want you to make the same mistake I did.
I thought you of all people knew how it feels. When you're trapped, and you can't trust anyone.
Look, I'm sure there must be someone who cares about you.
My colleagues don't care, my family don't care, even my fucking boyfriend never cared. He said he needed to go find himself. Did I tell you when he broke up with me?
Valentine's Day. Interesting, I bet she jumps if you don't get them all right. We're gonna fuck up. Also, not intentionally, it's just...
On Valentine's Day.
Yes. Valentine's Day. You've got this one right. But it's not enough.
Achievement unlocked,
Don't
I
feel
listened.
responsible. You didn't cause me this pain. This suffering. I have to do this to be free again. Jump with me, Susan. Do it, while you still can.
No!
Well, that's a little dark.
After that, I went back. I tried telling people about Liz, but they all thought I was crazy again and didn't believe me.
And you were absolutely sure you saw Liz jump off this building?
You know, it doesn't matter. I just want to finish this and get some fresh air.
Susan, I know Liz well. She wouldn't do something like that. As a matter of fact, I saw her this morning. She's fine. I'd like you to come with me and see her. Say hi. Make sure she's all right.
Stop treating me like I'm crazy. Fine, I'll go. I don't even care that much anyway. The door is locked?
Uh-oh.
I plan ahead, Susan. I had a feeling in my gut, and my gut's never wrong. I feel like I really got to know you, though. I'm very sorry you've had such a difficult life. I like your green eyes and your sleek cheekbones. You're a clever girl, Susan, but the sadness has poisoned you for too long. There is no coming back from it. For what it's worth, I would have let you go if it wasn't for Liz.
Do something. Yep. How would he wouldn't explain that. Oh, well, I guess he could probably be like, she had a knife, she tried to stab me, and we struggled, and, you know.
Where am I?
Let's save here, assuming we can. You know, there are, I mean, there's that movie with, like, Paul Rudd, where he basically, what's it called? The Shrink Next Door or something like that, where he basically screws some dude over for, like, 40 years and steals his whole fortune and drives his friends and family away, like, poisons the dude's mind. There's some real, like... You have to beware of predators. There's some real, like, most doctors care. Most doctors are good, but there's some that are really bad, and there's some that are intentionally malicious, you know? And that's why I say you have to protect yourself. Safe spaces. like this. Like, maybe you're not safe in them, pretending that you are. You always, you know, right? Like I said, if I was a predator, I would go into those safe spaces, because those would be the perfect places to go and do some real damage. But let's stop for now. That's it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. Hopefully they're interesting. If you have a comment, question, or concern, good, bad, or indifferent, let me hear it. Yeah, I noticed the music is it's deliberately off a little bit because of how screwed up everything is. So, yeah, we'll have to go back and maybe bludgeon the doctor or something. Yeah. What is your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, it's the coffee I'm drinking, but not the actual coffee itself. I added some organic milk. I don't know if I like the organic milk. It's different than the normal milk, but it's supposed to, I mean, should be better. I don't know. But that's my unique positive moment. Even if it's not great, it's something new and different. Hopefully your guys is just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. And I hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.